Vanachari Jamunatira, Vanachari Jamunatira, Vanachari Jamunatira, Vanachari Jamunatira, Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava, Kunja Vihari Jaya Radha Madhava, Kunja Vihari. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Hare Krishna. Isopanisad is very personal. It glorifies the supreme, transcendental, absolute personality of Godhead. This is the subtitle here. The knowledge that brings one nearer to the supreme personality of Godhead, Krishna. Okay. Ich glaube, wir brauchen deutsche Übersetzung. You will translate, yes? It seems that at least two people will probably need German. And вам на українську треба перекладати. Дякую. So, because we are at the Bhagavatam time, let's read again this Bhagavatam verse quoted by Srila Prabhupada, the conclusion of Srimad Bhagavatam and the conclusion of actually most study. Tasmat, therefore. So we were discussing, and now therefore. Let us chant 2 times each line. Tasmadekena manasa, Bhagavan sattvatam patihi, Bhagavan sattvatam patihi, Srotavya kirtitavyascha, Dyeya pujaschа nityada, Okay. Therefore, with one pointed attention, one should constantly hear about Shrotavya, glorify, Kirtitavya, remember, Smartavya, and worship the personality of Godhead, who is the protector of the devotees. Hare Krishna. Om Agyanatimirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Vaigunya Kita Kalita Paisunya Vrana Pidita Dainarnaveni Magnoham Chaitanya Vaidyam Asraye. I am devoured by the germs of bad qualities and burned all over my skin by criticism and envy. Therefore, immersing myself in the ocean of humility, I take shelter of Dr. Chaitanya. This is Chaitanya Charitamrita, Antya 5.1. Yasya prasadadagyapi sadhya sarvagatam rajet sashi Chaitanya devo me bhagavan samprasidatu. May Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, be merciful unto me. By His grace, a complete fool can get all knowledge in one moment. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktavrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. We have our auspicious invocations. In yesterday during the Yagya we had another very famous Shantipad. Sahana tu Sahana bhunaktu sahaviryam karavavahai avidishava. Let us have strength, enthusiasm, and not be envious to each other. Yeah, that's it from another Upanishad. And sometimes it is chanted in before our classes, but we have this Shantipad, this invocation of auspiciousness. Auspiciousness is a very nice word that is very rare. I learned it only in Krishna consciousness. Yes, and it's difficult to translate in different languages. Like auspicious, okay, glücksverheißend. Did you ever use this word before Krishna consciousness? Glücksverheißend? Auspicious? Сприятливый, благоприятный. What does it mean? It's not clear. It's like, But in Krishna consciousness, in Sanskrit, you have like 10 words. Yeah, Kalyana, Mangala, Swasti, Shreya, Sharma. You have so many words that blessings, blessings, blessings. Auspicious, auspicious, auspicious. So this is invocation that invokes blessings and expresses our meditation. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnam Eva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. And somebody has the translation? Who would like to read the translation? Tobias, you have the translation? You have English or German? Okay. Can you, Bashar, can you please give Tobias the mic and maybe... You know that this is just one word repeated in different combinations. Purna means complete. Complete and perfect. So everything is perfect. Even it doesn't look perfect, actually, but actually it is. Perfect in some way. It's may not sound like it, but actually everything is perfect. Of course, that's our perfect consciousness to see like this, but maybe you can start reading like this. I will give you this one.
So invocation. The personality of Godhead is perfect and complete, and because he is completely perfect, all emanations from him, such as this phenomenal world, are perfectly equipped as complete wholes. Whatever is produced in the complete whole is also complete in itself. Because he is the complete whole, even though so many complete units emanate from him, he remains the complete balance.
Yes. This is a complicated translation. Okay. It's good to know also, thank you. But don't get frightened by it. There is a simple translation. He is perfect, this is perfect, and everything is perfect. Basically. Okay, so we have read already most of Sri Isopanisad. We have heard about the Ishavasya principle. So everything is Krishna's, so therefore surrender to Krishna. And then if we hear that everything is Krishna's, everything belongs to Krishna, even enjoyment belongs to him, then the tendency is that, okay, why work? Right? So therefore the very second mantra says, no, you work, and then you can live happily, long life. If you don't, that's irresponsible. So that's the first three mantras. And then two mantras describe Krishna's nature. Who is this Isha? That this Isha walks and doesn't walk, which is the very beginning here. But without walking, he runs faster than the mind. It's very, very convenient if you are late somewhere and the Deutsche Bahn somehow experiences the summer trouble. If you are faster than the mind, so that's Krishna's power. For him, it's easy. That's the next two mantras, 4 and 5. Then 6 and 7 describe the vision, how you see Krishna everywhere. You meditate that everybody is Krishna's temple, that Krishna is in the heart of everybody, that everybody is in Krishna, right? So, and then by meditation like this, then you become free from lamentation, fear, and illusion, or anxiety and hatred. So these things that disturb our heart or impede our life, they are removed. Why? Because verse 8, because he doesn't have veins, which is one of the most intriguing descriptions of Krishna. Why, of all things, the veins are? But it's it means that he doesn't have the subtle body or the gross body. He's transcendental. He's all powerful, Shukram, and he's transcendental. And then we have two triplets, a very very unexpected sequence of verses here that if you cultivate ignorance, if somebody cultivates ignorance, that's obviously bad, right? Obviously one goes to a dark place if one cultivates ignorance. One goes down, and then avidya. And then if one cultivates vidya, one goes to an even darker place, which is very strange. I thought, this is bad, that should be good. But Isopanisad is trying to shake us up and wake us up, make us alert and attentive and conscious that we are not acting just blindly without understanding what is happening. So, somebody remembers how this so-called knowledge is explained? Why does it bring to the dark places, or even darker places than ignorance? Somebody remembers? Yes, Prabhu. Gets attached, gets proud, yes. Can be proud of knowledge, yes. What else?
Wasn't God related?
Not God related, yes. What else? Yes. Destruction, it creates destruction. So usually Prabhupada of Ugra Karma, he gives two examples. Atomic weapons for scaring everybody. Misunderstanding, yes. Flowery words of the Vedas, yes, saying enjoy, yes. Slaughterhouses, yeah, we use sometimes. This is why I love Germany of many places, because it's one of the strongest vegetarian, vegan movements, and all around the world. It goes to about 10% of convinced vegetarians and vegans, and 20% among the young people. So very positive dynamics is there. And in Ukraine, just before the war, the chief vegan of Ukraine is in the front line. He's writing poetry, recording music, and he's showing that vegans are not pansies. He's friend of devotees. He's like he sometimes mentions Krishna. So they had a poll, and they found that 68% of the people said that if in the supermarket they have meat and plant-based meat, don't use the word vegetarian, just plant-based, they will choose the plant-based healthy option. So that's very good. And 2 people were vegans, and something like 12 convinced vegetarians. So all very, very positive dynamics in the world. Let's hope that it will make things easier for the world. So okay, avidya, vidya, so-called vidya. Then we have the next verse. So this was 9, then 10. By hearing from dhiras, from the wisdom traditions, from those who are saying, we hear that by avidya, ignorance one goes down, by vidya, knowledge one goes up. Okay, that's how you would expect this to work, right? And then the conclusion, verse 11, therefore you investigate, you study in parallel, you take care of avidya and you take care of vidya, and then you by avidya conquer death, and by vidya attain immortality, and then you go to the good places. So that was 9, 10, 11, and 12, 13, 14 is almost the same, but with absolute and relative. So the same sequence. Any questions on this? Everything is super clear. So the conclusion from that, in one word, is balance. So you have to be properly balanced.
Didn't get it.
Yeah, by avidya you conquer death. By vidya you attain immortality. Right. So what is our way of taking care of avidya? Sharira vidya jal jodendriya tahekal. So Krishna Prasad, yeah, it's a lump of ignorance, but we do not kill it yet, right? And Mohan.
So we conquer death. That still means we still have to die, right?
It depends. Do we still have to die? Well, there is an option to go to the spiritual world in the same body. If this body matches your eternal form in the spiritual world, we have Brihad Bhagavatamrita description of very psychedelic, right? That's the right word? Very psychedelic forms in the spiritual world. So somebody is there like a tree, and the whole family is inside. Somebody has a form of some very gruesome demon, but he's in the spiritual world. He just thinks it's cool to feel like this. Of course, there are many Indras and Brahmas, those who are there in such forms. So Sanatana Goswami in Brihad Bhagavatamrita gives these descriptions. In the first canto of the Bhagavatam, chapter 15, we read that the Pandavas went to the spiritual world in the same bodies without dropping, because that's their eternal form. That's who they eternally are. That's natural, right? But usually, yes. Usually we just leave this box here and then go to... Because as far as I understand, most people here are beautiful girls. Right? In the spiritual world. Sorry. So therefore, this box we leave. Anyway, sorry, it's a half joke, okay? It's only half, but a joke.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. So I did not attend the previous Isopanisad classes, and you were describing the previous verses. Krishna is faster than mind, and without
running, he overtakes those running.
Running. So he is the fastest, you can say. Yesterday we discussed some of the qualities of Krishna, and yes. One of the qualities is omnipresent and omniscient. So if he is omnipresent, what is the need of this quality that he can run the fastest because he is everywhere.
That's how it, what you describe now is how it works. That's the nitty-gritty, the technology of how Krishna is the fastest, because he's already there.
Yes.
So he can run. He runs with the boys in Goloka Vrindavan, but as you say, he's already there.
Yeah.
As far as I understand, this is how also it works for a devotee, like Prahlad Maharaj, when they were, I think, there, we have this picture there, that's the picture. That was one of the first attempts. Jai Shri Prahlad Narasimhadev ki jai. One of the first attempts of Hiranyakashipu to kill Prahlad, he said the guards kill him. And you can see they are trying to pierce him with the tridents, with the spears and swords, they try to pierce him. And it says something interesting. It says that he meditated upon the Anirdesha Krishna, Krishna who is beyond material space. And he didn't move. He was just meditating on Krishna who is beyond space. And he was embraced by Krishna. And he also, this way, went out of the physical space. So therefore, when the spears pierced that space, he was not there. So it's like the top martial art skill, like dodging the, so the lower masters, they have to physically dodge. And if you're like super high master like Prahlad, you can just meditate, and then they pierce, and you're not there. So therefore, a devotee is given some of Krishna's powers like this, not by devotee trying to become powerful, but by devotee humbly taking shelter in Krishna. And then it sort of extends also to a devotee. So it's sort of a secret, this is another joke of Srila Prabhupada, who said that the impersonalists, they try to become one with God. He said, this is boring, We try to become better than God. I mean, not better. We try to become parents of God. Yeah? So Nanda Maharaj tells Krishna, bring me my shoes. And Krishna brings the shoes. Again, it has to be understood properly, right? Nobody can be even equal to God. But happily Krishna submits to his loving devotees. Okay, good. So then 12, 13, 14, we had the same with absolute and relative. Those who worship demigods or some material objects, they go down. Those who worship the absolute, they go even further down, or to an even darker place. And again, there are different ways to explain. Like one of them, the impersonal absolute, right? Meaning that you lose your chance of going to the spiritual world. You may merge in this light for a long time. Then if you follow the self-control teachers, there are different results. And if you do in parallel, if you study both and give proper respect to both, then you conquer death and attain immortality. So again, there is some simple way to reject everything in this world, and devotees are not trying to do minus Maya. Devotees or bhaktas, they try to do plus Krishna and see how everything is connected to Krishna, and use everything for Krishna. And then everything becomes perfect. Yes, Prabhupada was saying we can use money, we can use resources, we can use everything in Krishna's service, and spreading Krishna consciousness and glorifying Krishna. Like in Vrindavan. Who has been to Vrindavan? Okay, who has been to Loy Bazar? Okay, yes. I think it's almost impossible to go to Vrindavan and not go to Loy Bazar. So in the Loy Bazar, most shops, they belong actually to the Radharaman temple. So the kings and rich people, they were giving land to the temple, and then for how many years now, 500 years, this is how the temple is supported, from renting out these properties. So everything can be used, dovetailed for glorifying Krishna, for serving Krishna, and this is what a devotee does. He doesn't try to just kill ignorance. Prabhupada says we are not trying to kill the mind, kill the desires, kill the thoughts. We are not trying to stop the thoughts and everything. We are trying to spiritualize and redirect, connect them to Krishna. Reconnect them to Krishna. That's how it works. All right. So now we are coming to a very famous and a very beautiful mantra, mantra 15. It's very frequently quoted mantra, and this is a mantra also that used to be sometimes included in the exams. There were some lists where it was one of the exam verses. Hiranmayena Patrena, very famous, the golden curtain mantra. The golden curtain. So Prabhupada quotes this mantra like 30 times in different places. Let us chant this mantra together. So far we have had the description of the truth, what's true. Then we had the description of how to systematically meditate on Krishna's omnipresence and Krishna's position and serve Krishna. And then we have had the instruction of how to avoid extremes, the extremes in the practice, and be reasonable in our practice. Sometimes when we begin our spiritual life, we go to such funny extremes. Like I remember when I was joining, I burnt all my photos from before. That's why you need, that's Maya. My parents are still asking, where is your school album? It's I couldn't burn it. It was too thick. I sorry, I will not even. It's gone. Then I met some school friends who chanted Hare Krishna. The school friends, like 15 years later. So I took photos of his album because. Anyway, we do so funny things. Throw away everything. Which is how to say understandable, it's how to say neophyte enthusiasm. It's understandable, but that's definitely not required. Let's chant this verse, which comes to the reward part, to the end part of the Isopanisad. We have two verses praying to Krishna to show himself, and two verses praying for guidance, for help to come to him. So let us chant each line. Let's chant each line 3 times. Hiranmayena Patrena, Hiranmayena Patrena, Hiranmayena Patrena, Satyasya Pihitam Mukham, Satyasya Pihitam Mukham, Satyasya Pihitam Mukham, Tatvam Pushana Pavrino, Tatvam Pushana Pavrino, Tatvam Pushana Pavrino, Satya Dharmaya Drishtaye, Satya Dharmaya Drishtaye, Satya Dharmaya Drishtaye. Okay, and the translation is: it is said, O my Lord, O sustainer of all that lives, Pushan is sustainer, your real face is covered by your dazzling effulgence. Kindly remove that covering and exhibit yourself to your pure devotee. Mukham, please show your face. Please remove the effulgence and show your face. So after advancing to a certain level, one can even go out of this material conditioning and this material world and attain the effulgence of Brahman, effulgence of Brahmajyoti. We read about this in the Brihad Bhagavatamrita, how Gop Kumar, by chanting Gopal mantra, he goes into the Brahmajyoti. And it's very peaceful, very comfortable, he's very free, and he has to make special effort not to merge into that light. Yes, not to relax into that light too much. And only by meditating on the Gopal mantra and on Gopal, on Krishna, then he can begin to see the Lord behind this effulgence. So this is very bright light, and it's not just light, simply the light of light. It is the light of wisdom, it is the light of eternity, it is the light of freedom, it is the light of spirit. So this is a very special, soothing light. And here Isopanisad very clearly says, please, this is not where I desire. I do not just want to become free. I do not just want to merge. Yeah? You can see that Isopanisad is very positive. Oftentimes they say that in our motivation, it used to be a very, very classic exercise in all the management things. Why are you doing something? There are even books, The Power of Why, and how it is important to know why, right? And oftentimes we may have two different approaches. Sometimes one is negative to avoid something. Why? To avoid hunger. Why? To avoid suffering. Why? To escape from somewhere. So this is oftentimes the motivation that pushes the impersonalist liberationists, the mokshavadis, mokshakamis, those who want liberation. Yeah, they want to escape. They want to get out of the prison of the material conditioning, the prison of the material world. And that's respectable. This is very, very good. This is really good. However, even if you take prison in this material world, it is a very well-known problem that people like to get out, but when they get out, they don't know what to do. They don't know what to do there, right? They cannot integrate themselves into the normal life. Or like now we have had, how many million? 7 million, mostly women running away from Ukraine, from the Russian bombs and Russian, even worse, tanks, and even worse, so-called soldiers in the so-called military. But if you just run away and you don't have a positive plan, then you can see it. I think by now most, how many? 2 or 3 million they went back to, because Kiev is free again, so the tanks are away, and so they just go back. Again, it's not to criticize, but meaning that if we are escaping something, we will not stay where, usually we will not stay where we are escaping to. So this this effulgence, if we escape there into this effulgence just to run away from the material suffering, we will feel very happy for a while in this light, right? But Yenyera Vindaksha Vimukta Maninas Tvayastabhavada Vishuddha Buddha Patantyadho, the 10th canto says, those who attain this Brahman effulgence, if they do not have connection to the service of Krishna's lotus feet, personal service, bhakti, they will not stay in that effulgence, they will usually come back to the material world. Because there is no positive taste. So in whatever motivation, they say that a much stronger motivation is not to escape something negative, but to move, not to move away from something, but to move towards something positive. Why do you do this? To do this and this, to have something positive. It's a much healthier and more positive motivation. Plus, it also works much better even to achieve the negative results. Right? If we need to remove something, if we need to give something up, then we can just say give it, like for a child. Yes, if you have a child, right? If you tell the child, put this down, it's dirty, put it down. He may put down, but it's not so effective. Much better you say, oh, take this. Hey, look, this is so nice. And then automatically, he'll put something down and he'll take this, right? As Prabhupada says, he's eating dirt, and the mommy says, okay, here's a candy, here's a sweet, take the sweet. And naturally, if he has a sweet, why eat dirt? So this renunciation happens so easily. If you just have to renounce, even dirt is difficult to renounce. No, it's nice. Look, I can put it in my mouth. It's cool. Even though it's useless, right? So just renouncing is not so much fun, as is getting something. And if you take positive, then renunciation happens automatically. So bhakti, very naturally, like, who did I talk to? Before I joined, I was smoking. I had been smoking for like 5 years or so. Of course, quitting was easy. I quit maybe 20 times. But I started again, even when I lived in the forest. But then when I had Hare Krishna, when I joined the temple, when I started chanting Hare Krishna, I just forgot. I forgot I was smoking. After 10 days, I saw somebody smoking. Oh, my God, I'm not smoking. How come? I forgot. So maybe some of you have some similar experiences. So by positive, so this is our program. Plus, not minus Maya, plus Krishna. Plus Krishna, and then all the negative things will naturally fall away. So that's our purpose. So this is the path. This is what Isopanisad is glorifying. And here the devotee is saying, please do not tempt me with this golden, wonderful light. Please show me your face. Please bring me to you. I have accepted Satya Dharma. I have accepted pure devotion. I'm your pure devotee doesn't mean that, oh, I am so great, I'm so pure. That's not the meaning. The meaning is that I have accepted you as my goal, and I have accepted bhakti as my path. You are my goal, bhakti is my path. So therefore, please do not divert me somewhere else. Please guide me towards you. Please show me yourself. Please guide me to you. So that's this is a very beautiful and very personal prayer. Hare Krishna. Some questions? Some points? Some comments on this?
Hare Krishna. Maybe can you elaborate that if someone reaches the Brahmajyoti, and there is also that he can go directly from Brahmajyoti if he is a devotee, or if he is not a devotee, he comes back and then goes?
If he's not a devotee. Sometimes it says that if by some very good luck he meets a devotee there, they have harinams there sometimes. In Brahmajyoti. Gop Kumar, he met the Shiva's harinam there. Kailash is nearby, and he met them. And he joined the harinam. And then Ganesh took him aside and said, actually, it's not here. You have to go there. He gave him some, yeah. And Vaikuntha-vasis also, they came with the harinam there. Yeah, they have harinams there. Like sometimes we go to some, I don't know, shopping street where you have many people. Some they enjoy, or some beach. Like you have the Polish tour. People just soak in the sun, and Indradyumna Maharaj, Hare Krishna comes there, right? So they may hear. And if they have pure heart, if they are sincere, they can become attracted and they can move forward. Sometimes, but it's not, how to say it, there's no guarantee. It's not to be counted upon. Therefore, better to start straight. Yeah, the mic, so that for the people on internet.
Hare Krishna. I just would like to ask regarding Brahmajyoti. I was asked 3 weeks ago a question that if the spiritual planets are, the effulgence, there is also Brahmajyoti? Because I understand this is, we have this poster,
yes,
which is showing like
so
Golokadam. And
if there is Brahmajyoti in Vaikunthas,
Vaikunthas in Golokadam, Goloka Vrindavan, is it the light is Brahmajyoti?
Brahmajyoti just means, Jyoti means effulgence, Brahma means spirit. So spiritual effulgence. So yes, there is spiritual effulgence. Everything is in the spiritual effulgence. Everything is immersed and soaked in light there. everything is pervaded by Brahma Jyoti. Huh? Even this world, yes. Here it's covered, so we can't really see, but it's all pervading everywhere. And we are particles of this also, of this Brahma Jyoti. But it's all pervading, everything is pervaded by this Brahma Jyoti. It just we are blinded by the material subtle body, so we don't look at this. We don't have the spiritual vision. Is it okay? Any clarifications? Of course, some esoteric points are there also about this effulgence in the spiritual planets. Is that we hear, for example, one acharya, which there are some personalities who are, I think one is effulgence of Krishna's face, one is effulgence of Radharani's face, so everything is personal. So even that effulgence seems to be personal there. But this is too esoteric. This is only a few hints here and there we find. It's not so easy to explain every detail. So in the spiritual world, everything is personal.
Maybe asking this question, if in the spiritual world, if there is a Brahma Jyoti or not. This is like the question on the sun planet.
Is there light?
There is a sunlight?
Yeah.
No?
Yes.
And since it's the source, the source of Brahma Jyoti is the spiritual world
And Krishna.
And it is basically there, but you should not feel that how to say, sorry, separated. So it is already there into it, and the whole the whole effulgence is emanating from the spiritual world from there.
Yes, thank you. Do I say it right? Mohan Rupa?
Mohan Gopal.
Gopal. Oh, it's much better. Okay, thank you. Mohan Gopal. Charming and captivating Gopal. Yes. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Okay, yes. So this is a beautiful and very famous verse. And now, as Isopanisad likes to do, we have a very similar verse, but longer. The echo, it's like in music, like kirtan, first Hare Krishna, one singing, and then Hare Krishna, the other is singing. Yes. Or vice versa. I remember we had once, Gopal Krishna Maharaj would used to bring singers to Ukraine when he would come. There was one, Shrikant, he brought, his name was Shrikant from Bombay. And one was Kamala Nayana also. So they are super expert singers, so therefore sometimes they would try to sing something very, very ornamented and elaborate. But nobody could, repeat. Such complicated. So what they would do, they would establish some bass melody, Hare Krishna, something. They would establish. And then when they would sing, they would go, Hare Krishna, and they would go here and there, and then when time to repeat, they would say, Hare Krishna, Hare. So, okay, let's do the simple one. And it was nice. Sort of a little bit for everybody. Everything for everybody. So also here, we have the rather straightforward Anushtup here. Hiranmayana Patrena, 32 syllables, very, very famous type of a shloka. And then mantra 16. We have a more elaborate Ushnik, long 28 syllables. 28 syllables per half. And it's a kirtan. It's a kirtan of the holy names. So in mantra 15, we had almost just one name, Pushan. And here we have many names. The beginning is just the names of Krishna. Pushan means maintainer, Ekarishi, the one philosopher who gives knowledge to everybody. Yeah? Ekarishi. Surya is the sun, but also Surya is the goal of suras, those who are good, those who like the light, who want, who strive for the best, suras. So Surya, Prajapatya, he's the source. Prajapatya, he is the source of all life. And it's also, it happens to be the name of Vamanadev, Prajapati. It's one of the names of Vamanadev. And even Soham, Purusha is more generic, and even Soham is one of the mantras to invoke Krishna, and Aham, he is the only one who can say Aham. He's the only one who can say really, the eye of the eye, the source of all individuality is in Krishna. That's why he's called here Soham, Aham, right? We are not claiming that we are him at all. Okay, so let's chant this kirtan and this mantra. Pushane karshayama surya prajapatya vyuharashmin samohatejo yate rupam kalyana tamam tate pashyame yosavasa purushaso hamasmi. O my Lord, O primeval philosopher, maintainer of the universe, O regulating principle. Oh, Yama, I missed Yama. Yes, Yama is the regulating principle. Yama can be the god of death, can be the lord of control, and here it's translated regulating principle. It's like the law, the supreme law. Yamaraj is his representative, but here it's addressing Krishna. Oh, supreme law. Or regulating principle, destination of the pure devotees. That's Surya. That's how the translation gives the name Surya. Destination of the pure devotees, Suras. You are all Suras here. Let me check. Yeah, you're all Suras. Yes, right, for sure. So Surya, Krishna is your destination. Krishna is your destination. Surya, so that's the your goal, because you have pure heart, you want the pure destination, so the destination of those who want the best, transcendental, the absolute is Surya. Or it can mean also the sun, so the supreme sun. So that's the beauty of the Vedic literature. You have like a jewel. Turn like this, it shines like this. You turn like that, it shines like that. So many beautiful facets of meaning, so deep. You can a million facets, and you can study this. I don't know how many times I studied this and taught and repeated, and every time it's beautiful to read it. It never becomes boring. Oh, I saw it, like a good jewel, right? Does it become boring to look at? I don't know if we looked at it, but this is like jewels like this, right? To look so many times. So destination of the pure devotees, well-wisher of the progenitors of mankind, Prajapatya. Please remove the effulgence of your transcendental rays. So very similar, yeah, the same point. Remove the curtain, the cover, transcendental rays, so that I can see your form of bliss, Kalyanatamam. You are the eternal supreme personality of Godhead, like unto the sun, as am I. So this is again the prayer. Please guide me to you. Please guide me to your personal destination. Please help me remove the coverings through kirtan of the holy Harinama Sankirtana. You can see this is the best method for this age, chanting the names, and for every age. For every age, it's the best method. It's the method that is the most powerful, chanting the names of Krishna. And here, the Isopanisad is chanting some of the famous names to help us move forward. Now, Srila Prabhupada, Tate Pashyami, I'm looking at you, basically here it says, Kalyanatamam, Tate Rupam, Yate Rupam, Kalyanatamam. Kalyana, you may know, means auspicious. And Srila Prabhupada is giving a very nice comment, a very deep comment, which I haven't seen any other Acharya give. So we have a translation of commentaries from Bhakti Thakur, from from Baldev Vidyabhushan, from actually Baldev Vidyabhushan we have. We have. I said that we don't have. We don't have some of his other translation. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, I think, commented. Somebody else commented. Yeah, Baldev Vidyabhushan, we have the commentary. Bhanusami has translated and published. It's available on Kindle also. Can get it. We have Madhvacharya commentary. We have like 4 or 5 commentaries, but nobody gives the commentary that Srila Prabhupada is giving here. Oh, Vedanta Deshika. From the Ramanuja Sampradaya, we have Vedanta Deshika. Sri Ramanuja himself didn't give, but some of his super famous, we don't have his commentary on this, but we have his very famous scholarly follower, Vedanta Deshika, giving a very beautiful comment, very elaborate, very personal, very nice commentary. So many of our commentaries actually go all the way back to the Ramanuja Sampradaya. Like in the Gita, sometimes some of the commentaries defeating this narrow impersonal view. That's going all the way to sometimes Ramanuja Sampradaya. Okay, so here Prabhupada is giving a very logical. Once you read it, it's so clear, but nobody else seems to be giving. So he's giving this here by realizing the impersonal Brahmajyoti, the effulgence. Let me ask, has anybody seen the Brahmajyoti maybe before? Anybody seen this blinding light in some of your meditations, out of body or whatever? Sometimes you have people like this who, they see some kind of light or some kind of special. No need to imitate, and it's not something to aspire for, but sometimes it happens. I mean, we see an even brighter effulgence of the holy name and Krishna. By realizing the impersonal Brahmajyoti, one experiences the auspicious aspect of the Supreme. Auspicious aspect, Kalyana. And by realizing the Paramatma, the all-pervading feature of the Supreme, so that's the Super Soul, one experiences an even more auspicious enlightenment, Kalyanatara. Kalyanatara, auspicious. Yes, that's the comparative, the degrees of comparison. Yeah, like we have bright, brighter, brightest. Yeah, so Kalyanatara, Kalyanatama. Yeah, so bright, brighter, brightest. So this is what Prabhupada is connecting this to. It's glux. In English, you can't even say auspiciouser, auspiciousest, auspicious. Most auspicious. Yeah, more auspicious, most auspicious. But this is how it goes in Sanskrit. Glücksverheißen der and glücksverheißen des. I don't know. Can you say like this in German? I don't. Does it? Is it German or is it just something? Okay, so. Auspicious is Brahmajyoti, more auspicious is Paramatma, the Super Soul. But by meeting the personality of Godhead himself, face to face, the devotee experiences the most auspicious feature of the Supreme. So that's Srila Prabhupada's comment on this Kalyanatama. This is why he says Kalyanatama, right? The most auspicious. And Prabhupada says, yes, there are more auspicious and just auspicious. But this devotee gets the most auspicious because he sees Krishna face to face. And again, if there is a face, there is a head. If there is a head, there is a neck. If there is a neck, there is a body. And he says here, Kalyanatama Rupa, the form, is the form. Right? So this is the essay I expect from you. Please write at least one page on some of the arguments that Isopanisad is giving to establish the personal form and defeat the Mayavad impersonal view. Like these 2 mantras. There he's asking, remove the effulgence, show me your face. And here he says, please show me your most auspicious Rupam form. Right? So it's very personal, yes. The mic, please.
I just want to quickly ask if in the essay are the are supposed to be the points only from the mantras or also from Srila Prabhupada's purport?
Purports are also good, like this from the previous mantra 13 about tickets. By getting a ticket to Kolkata, you will not go to Bombay. That's also a good, because Mayavadis like to say that you can do anything and get the same result. So that's a good point to.
Thank you for the tip.
Of course, now we have the €9 ticket, which is universal. You can go anywhere. Okay, only in Germany. Okay. No. It sounds remotely similar, but Kaliya, I think it's connected to the word black. Kaliya, and here Kalyana, it's a different, similar, slightly similar but different. Okay, so does everybody know about the three aspects? Brahman, Paramatma, Bhagavan. For some, it's maybe a little new. So maybe I don't know. For me, it was a big revelation when I learned about it, the three aspects. Because before Krishna consciousness, I read about how everything is delight, and it sounds true, right? Everything must be delight. Yeah, why not? That's a good idea, right? So then, in other places, you read that no, there is the voice in the heart, and there is God giving you guidance from the heart. And that's also true, and that's also very good, right? It sounds right. And somebody says, no, everything is one. There is no, we should not, have any differentiation. It also sounds okay, right? Like some part of the truth. The others say, no, there is the supreme person, and you should love the supreme person. And it also sounds very, very correct. So which is it? So basically, it's how do you connect these? All three seem to be correct, but how do you connect them? And some say there is nothing. Yeah, this is just nothing, just empty. Yes. So when I read the Gita, that was a big help for me, because it shows the three aspects, three stages of realization, and also three aspects of truth. That's in the Bhagavatam 1-11. Vadanti tat tattva vidas tattvam yajnanam advayam brahmeti paramatmeti bhagavani iti shabdyate. So there is Brahman, impersonal, the impersonal oneness effulgence, so to say oneness, light, yeah. Then there is Paramatma, the super soul, in everybody's heart, but he is still, in his official capacity, somewhat. That's his official capacity. He's a little formal, as the super soul. He has to go by the rules with us, right? In everybody's heart. So, of the three aspects, eternity, knowledge, and bliss, this is eternity, this is eternity and knowledge, and then the most desirable that here devotee is praying for is Bhagavan. Bhagavan, so that's the supreme transcendental person, supreme personality of God, that Prabhupada is saying. Object of love for everybody. Yeah, Krishna and his expansions in other places. So Bhagavan. And here Prabhupada will describe who is Bhagavan. So when I read it, okay, so there is Bhagavan who is the source, he expands into every atom as the super soul, and then they all are shining. And that's Brahman. Oh, okay, that's clear. Now it all sort of formed a very clear system. Before it was like three different conflicting ideas, and now it's just one completely straight, rational, and logical system of how things are there. So that was my, because I was a Buddhist before. Yes. But I always thought that it's just this emptiness is just to say that our material concepts should be empty, right? But it's just to remove the material misconceptions, but it doesn't describe what's on the other side, in the transcendence, in beyond all the illusions, beyond all the misconceptions, in eternity. So that only you get in the Bhagavatam, and in this Shastra. Okay, so Prabhupada also gives us some nice description of what Bhagavan means. He did describe Brahmajyoti, that above, below, on left, on the right, and everywhere, the effulgence. And now he gives Bhagavan. He gives a quote from Jiva Goswami that Bhagavan means one who is maintaining, then the guardian. Maybe I will. Yeah, maybe let me write this out as Prabhupada is giving here. That's in purport 216. I think some even found this Sanskrit, they included even Jiva Goswami's quote here. So Bhagavan, yeah. So Prabhupada is saying maintainer and the guardian. Maintainer. Did Krishna maintain you? Sorry, guardian. Okay, guardian. Then Ga, Prabhupada is saying, means, quoting Jiva Goswami, it means the guide. Like one, I think, was it Harikesh or something, he said that he would always drive the same way every day. And then one day, some idea, he didn't know why. He went the other way. And he met devotees, and he became a devotee. So somehow from the heart, Krishna sort of said, go there, yeah, do this. Why? Just do. Okay. Then he does. Oh, there is prasadam, there is devotees, there is kirtan, there is everything. There's a whole new life and eternity. Right? So he's guiding us. Sometimes we don't even know how. Or sometimes it's like, does it happen? Like, I always struggle with Krishna's guidance. I remember once I was going to a class in Vrindavan, and I'm going, and the thought comes, take the torchlight. Why would I need a torchlight in the class? Such a strange idea. And I'm walking, again the idea, take the torchlight. It's here. Why should I take? And I didn't. It's illogical, right? So I went to give the class, and there was electricity failure. And I remember, he told me, take the torchlight. 2 times, I didn't. Right? So now Krishna takes a different strategy. I'm looking for something, where is my torchlight? And Krishna, or where is my key? And I can't find it, and then I think about something, then I go, and here's my key. Right? So Krishna is finding ways to inspire you and prachodayat, in the mantra. He's finding ways to give you guidance and inspiration, one way or another. Okay, so another meaning here is leader and a creator. So he is, of course, the most famous translation is that Bhagavan means the possessor, one who possesses in full the opulences of all. Who can count all the 6? Krishna possesses all beauty, knowledge, strength, renunciation, fame, one more, power. Yes, power. Yes. So we usually always remember 5, and one of them sort of slips through. Yes, and every time different. Okay, all right. So to conclude this session. We will read two more prayers, very beautiful prayers in the evening after the Gaur Arati around 7. But now, maybe you can look at these definitions. Maintainer. Everybody understands maintainer, yes? One who maintains. He feeds us, basically. He feeds us, clothes us, and everything, right? Guardian. He's taking care of us. Then he's the guide. He's guiding us. He's the leader, inspiring, and he's the creator. So can you please look at these, and can you remember some instance? Can you remember some instance where Krishna guided you, led you, created something for you, or inspired you, or maintained you, or what else? Guarded you in one, protected you in one way or another. Can everybody please remember some instance? I'm sure you can remember many, but pick one. And can you please turn to a neighbor, and can you please share some example from your life how Krishna was protecting you, guiding you, any of these? Just can you please turn to a devotee next to you and share, please, a short story. Please also give others to share, a chance to share, a time to share. Change your... Hare Krishna. Okay. Dear, protected, guided, maintained, and guarded and led Krishna's creatures, Krishna's devotees. Thank you very much. So everybody has some experience and some realization of this because we are all maintained by Krishna. Krishna is the supreme maintainer, and it's good if you understand who is this maintainer, guardian, and guide, and wonderful friend who always keeps us on the good path. So thank you very much. Let us let's see if we still have some remaining questions, and then we will after that conclude till the evening. Yes, Karen?
Does these stages of realization happen one after the other? Are they in order?
Usually yes. Usually yes. Usually sometimes we do have, we can see that I was thinking that oftentimes we do have some very reduced idea of of Bhagavan. Like I have to say, I was raised in a very Christian environment, but this idea of God was without any transcendence. God was just like top boss who is giving you, good health and maybe money, health and bread, So it's important, but not as attractive for eternity, right? It's just somewhat materialistic, very reduced, very restricted to this material world, all right? So that's probably before we get the idea of transcendence. So these are transcendental realization. When you know about transcendence, that usually the first is you realize, okay, there is universal oneness. Universal oneness. And this is mostly impersonal, because how we can be one? Only impersonally, through the same qualities, right? Then next you realize, no, there is also some personality who is arranging and guiding, and there is some, there is some power, and the power cannot be impersonal. That's in the heart, so it says two birds on the same tree. So there is us, the soul, and there is the super soul who is the friend accompanying everybody all the time. And then if we are lucky, then we learn, okay, there is Bhagavan, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the source of all these other aspects. Yes, outside of this. I mean, he's inside and outside, as we have read in the 7th mantra. No, 5th mantra. Tadejati taddore tadantike tadantarasya sarvasya tadu sarvasya bhahyata. He's inside and he's outside. So this is Krishna. Super personal. Yes, impersonal, personal, super personal. Yes. Okay, so thank you very much. See you tonight around 7 after the Gaurarati. So wish you a very Krishna conscious Sunday. And Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Isopanisad ki jai.